All my people, can I get a hello? Hey yo, welcome back to another episode of the Hello Effect Podcast with me, your host Seek, aka Mr. Hello. Hey, I just want to, before I get into this interview, you know what I mean, with my special guest, I just want to let everybody know, you know what I mean, to make sure you hitting that subscribe button. You like sharing, you know what I mean? If you're an artist, you know what I mean, that need help being seen and heard, make sure you hit us up at the Hello Effect Podcast at gmail.com. And I'll make sure my duty that you be seen and heard. Also, I want to get a shout out to the Worldwide Fleet DJs, you know what I mean? So let's get right into it, you know what I mean? So for people that don't know who you are, just introduce yourself to the folks and let them know where you from and is what that you do.
Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Kirra B. Okay. Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Kirra B. Y'all already know what it is. I'm an R&B, hip-hop, songwriter, artist. Mm-hmm. I pretty much do it all. Okay. I can sing any genre of music. I can write any genre of music. Yeah.
So where you from, though?
Well, originally I was born in Brick City.
Shout out to Brick City.
Which is why I just recorded a song called Brick City.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I've lived, different places from there. But I was originally born in Brick City. And
okay, that's what's up. So shout out to Brick City. I'm from Brick City also myself. So
okay.
So you said you do R&B and hip hop?
Yeah, I do both.
Break that down, because I think of hip hop, I think of rapping. So are you a rapper and a singer? That's what you're saying?
Well, I'm not a rapper.
Okay.
But I have just dropped a mixtape with pretty much all rap. It just came out about 3 days ago.
Okay.
It's on all platforms. It's called Alter Ego.
Okay, shout out to that.
And the reason why I call it Alter Ego is because it would be what I would be doing if I wasn't singing. I would be rapping.
Okay.
So I tried something different. Being R&B is kind of hard to get the DJs to kind of get into the movement.
Yeah, that's you
know what I mean? So I switched lanes on them.
Okay, so pretty much you saying you're gonna be heard one way or the other.
One way or the other.
You know what I mean? If you ain't jocking with this R&B, because I feel like R&B, we playing hide and seek with R&B right
Exactly.
now. I don't even know where it's at, because R&B to me is different parts of it, but I respect it and honor the love part of it, the aspect, and I feel that's what we missing right now. You know what I mean? So, before I get into your musical talent, let's start back early on. You know what I mean? You said you was originally born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, Brick City. So let the people know that don't know who you are. Like, how was it growing up in Newark, Brick City, for you?
Hard, because you had to know how to fight.
Okay.
So I always tell people, like, when they see me on Instagram, I wear dresses and I keep my hair curled. I look prissy, but I'm a whole boy.
Okay. I mean, I feel like when you growing up in Newark, you got to be that.
Yeah, I was a tomboy like all my life, and I'm still a tomboy. It's like, when are you gonna grow up? But I'm not really the prissy, like the pritsy. I have an edge, like I'm one of the homies. Like, I could chill with the homeboys all the time. The girls is like, they want to get their nails done every 5 minutes or whatever, and I'm just like, I don't got time for that.
Oh, you good off that. So did you grow up any like siblings, like brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I had 5 sisters and 1 brother. We all grew up together.
So was your sisters like you? Because it, like, just from hearing your initial story, you was like, yo, you got to fight. I believe that you do got to fight. I mean, growing up in Newark, but before you told me how many siblings, I'd have thought you grew up in a house full of brothers or whatever. But you said 5 sisters. So was all your sisters like y'all? Y'all like to fight?
Yeah, definitely like that.
Damn. So, all right. So despite all the fighting thing, you know what I mean? Who introduced you to music?
My grandmother.
And what your grandmother do?
Well, she worked at UMD for like 30 years, where she retired from. But I was singing in the hallway, just playing around. And one of her friends that knew her heard me singing and kind of called her like, your granddaughter can sing. And she's like, my granddaughter can't sing, because I would know that, And then one day I went over to her house and she was like, girl, sing me a song. And I did.
You remember what the song was?
I think it was like a church song called God Can or something like that. And from there, the rest was history. It was tap dancing, it was ballerina, it was piano classes, it was talent shows, and I just never stopped.
But do you remember though, like, far as like when, like, where did you hear like a song like, damn, yo, I like this. Let me just try to see if I could do it, because I know me, I started like banging on stuff, you know what I mean? Then I
Right.
started writing raps and stuff like that. And as I started coming up with my songs and stuff, like I started enjoying them more. So is it a time that you can remember? If you can, that's cool too.
Not really. It was just more or less me singing and not knowing what singing was.
Okay.
Like I didn't recognize like you have a voice. It's just this is my song. You know, I'm gonna sing this. I hear this song in church all the time. So I'm gonna sing this song, not knowing that you can sing.
Damn, so what age was that?
And that was about I probably was about like 10.
Okay, so you still was young, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
still was a kid.
Right.
Outside playing jump rope,
Right.
whatever you was doing at that time. So let's speed it up to a time where you took it serious, you know what I mean? And you felt like, damn, yo, this is something I really want to try to pursue because you really don't know the business like that.
Right.
But you do know, like, damn, yo, I have to go to the studio to either record a demo or
Right.
something. So when was that time you said? Was it like high school? Or like,
It was like my 8th grade
oh,
graduation.
damn. So you was young. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
because the
okay.
teacher put me in a choir and she
Okay.
gave me a lead part, which was it's so hard to say goodbye, which we still sing that song. And some guy walked up to me and was like, "Hey, you know, you want to be in the singing group?" And I'm like, he like, "Yeah, you know, meet me at my house." It was kind of like a temptation type of thing. Meet me at my house. I'm gonna let you meet my daughters, and you know, I'm gonna put you in the group.
So it was all female group.
Yeah, and I went to the house. I don't know how I got there because I know my mother was strict. It wasn't no leaving the house.
Damn.
But for whatever reason, I ended up there. And when I heard them girls sing, I was blew away.
Oh, that's what's up.
I
So-
was blew away, and it was on from there. Then it was trying to get a deal and just doing bigger things, and then I started taking it serious. Like when I was about 13.
All right, so you said your mom being about strict or whatever. How she feel about you trying to pursue like music?
At first, it was like, what's the point? You're not getting no money. You're just singing. You're just doing shows. But later on, as she started to seeing like I was really serious and people was taking interest and stuff like that, she was like, okay, cool.
All right,
But
so
my grandmother was like the main person. Like my grandmother is the main person when it comes to this whole music thing. Like my mother was just being a mom. She got kids. She worried about them. My grandmother's like, look, be ready Saturday. I got your bag. We're going to ballet school. So she pretty much kept me in the loop. And I kind of hated it because I used to be like, I just want to be a kid. Like, when did all this start? Like, why I got to go to tap dance, But it was in me already at that point. So
yeah, I want to say shout out to your grandmother and shout out to anybody that's similar to that, like that. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing music for like since a child or whatever,
Right.
and I really had. Well, I want to say my mom did tell my stepfather about it. He took me to some people that had an independent label back in the day, and they was downstairs from the Robert Tree Hotel with him.
Okay.
But ain't nothing go about that. But I do want to say, like, for anybody that's pushing their kids, their grandkids, or their friends to pursue something that they see in them, because at the end of the day, I feel like people see things that you can't see.
Right.
Like, you understand what I'm
Right.
saying? And I feel like at least you had somebody there to support you, even though you wanted to be a kid. So shout out to grandma. So let's talk about the time that you decided to book some studio time, because I feel like that's when that shit really started getting
Right.
serious. I'm in the studio, you know what I mean? I don't know if you was paying for it. If you paying for the studio, so I don't know when I was paying for it. I had to make sure my shit was, because I try
Right.
to utilize all the time. So tell us
Right.
about the time you first went to the studio.
Well, my first time going to the studio was crazy because I had no idea what I was doing. It was kind of like talking, and the music was playing, and I was talking, and the music was playing, and nothing was on the same track, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, people think when you go to the studio, you just go to the studio and it just all come out like that.
Right.
You have to know how to project on the mic. You got to know how to make the notes blend, You got to drop it on the beat when it's supposed to. Like, it's a lot to go into the studio. Even now, I'm still learning.
That's what's up.
I'm still learning.
I mean, that's good that you can admit that you learn it, because I feel like anything that you're trying to be a master at it, you got to learn it. You got to become better and better. And let me ask you a question. So when you went to the studio and you didn't know what you was doing, did you ask, or you was afraid or too embarrassed? Because I feel like that's some things that's wrong with like our community.
Right.
You know what I mean? We be afraid what other people going to think. We don't ask the question, so we lose opportunities.
Right. Oh, I was very embarrassed because I know I can sing.
Okay.
So the people was like, waiting for me to come. Like, yo, we done heard this girl. We know she dope. And I get up in there and I'm sounding bad. And they all looking around like what's going on? Like, this ain't
this
the same girl.
I'm about to say that.
Like,
This same
yeah.
chick?
And I'm like, it's me. I just don't know how to record.
Yeah. I'm happy that, that you finally is comfortable and you learned how to record, because I feel like with indie artists, they don't fucking listen. Let's be honest, yo. Any artist that's watching, y'all need to listen to people that have experience and they're trying to help you. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't hitting the note the correct way, go back and do it. That's simple. And if you don't have, listen to this, if you don't have a budget to invest in yourself, you wasting your time, like, respectfully, because understand that you want to go there and lay shit down, but if you only book it 2 hours, how you trying to get 5 songs done? Like, hello? Like, it don't make sense. So
because honestly, you can record a song, if you really good, you can record a song in 10 minutes. That's to be real. They'll never tell you that because it's about the money. But you can record a song in 10 minutes, and when they finish mixing it, it'll sound like you've been in there forever. For me, I'll book the right amount of time. Even though it don't take me long to do it, I still book extra time because I don't want to rush and I don't want you to just do anything. So
that's a fact. That's
you know,
a fact.
and I invest in myself. I don't sit around and wait for nobody's coming to save you. If you're an artist and you're watching this, nobody's going to save you. If it's a choice between sneakers and studio, go to the studio.
That's a fact.
Don't even play around with it.
Now, that's a fact. So you said you write all your stuff. So
all of it.
Let me know the writing process though. Like, do you write at the crib or you go in the studio? Because I feel like that's another where you could save time and money. If you start preparing your stuff at home, you prepare your stuff at home. That way you get the feeling for the record. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you ain't got to rush. So how do you prepare? Like,
I mean,
your music
I absolutely write home.
Okay.
Because I'm on a fixed income. Okay. So I write home and I actually learn my song. Okay. So when I go to the studio, I'm pretty much just putting it down. I don't need the paper. I don't need the phone. I just go in there and do it. So to me, until you get a budget, and even if you do get a budget, you know, like I enjoy writing. But when I'm writing home, you know, I'm in the song. I'm in the club, whatever it is, I'm in it. You know, in the studio, it's kind of like work. So I like to do it home.
So you can take your time when you home, and you can really get into your imagination and grab your. All right, so you don't get no help.
No. I've been in situations with other songs that I didn't write, and they pretty much fed me the lines because I'm not against singing a song somebody else write.
I was about to ask you that.
A hit is a hit.
Okay.
A win is a win. But when you don't have those resources or they're not coming around at the time, you have to know your craft. If you're an artist, you know, not saying no names and things like that, but if you can't write a song and you're saying you're an artist, it's kind of like, I don't know, because do you know yourself? Because you're singing something that somebody else wrote every song. And a lot of people are winning and they never wrote a lyric in their life.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't want nobody to feel like, oh, she hating. No, I'm not hating. Because I have songs that I did not write as well. And they're hot.
Nah, for the R&B part of it, like I kind of understand when it comes to that, like the business, you know what I mean? Because I look at R&B artists as entertainers, like wholeheartedly, but I do respect those, you know what I mean? I.e., like a Neo, like a Dream, or like a Miguel that pins their own things, you know what I mean? Like a R. Kelly, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have something over the next artist because you penning your own shit. You ain't gotta sit around and wait for the correct record for you. You should, as an artist, should know the kind of record that'll fit for you. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what's up.
And you can miss the opportunity not being able to write, because if somebody big hits you with a track, you can't wait for 2-3 different, you know, what they call them, ghostwriters. You got to be able to jump on that thing right away.
And I feel like collectively, like, I don't mind collabing with somebody, but me as an artist, like a rap artist, you can't write nothing for me. You know what I mean? The reason why I got into music because I was able to express myself. So you writing my story for me, that ain't me. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. So you said you had a bunch of projects out, like on all streaming platforms.
Right now, I have Alter Ego out on all platforms. I got All Sides of Kirra B out on all platforms. Make It Real, Him, Player Number 2, Streets, Designer Me.
So we
can go on and on.
So you got a whole bunch of. So let me get into this question. How has it been thus far, you know what I mean, being a female in the industry? You know what I mean? Because me being a man, sometimes it is difficult to work with a female. Like, you understand what I'm saying? On both sides, you know what I mean? They're looking at a man, you know what I mean? Not all men, but certain men be wanting situations, you know what I mean? Like, I do this for you for that, you know what I mean? So did you ever experience any of that, you know what I mean?
I have, but not as much as the average female. And I think because I'm more on the tomboy side, So like,
and I don't mean, yo, listen,
really,
man, look, no Diddy. Like, that don't mean nothing,
like,
respectfully.
But it's like when I meet people, it is funny because like they be like, hey, they be all nervous, and I get there and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, what we drinking? Like, what's going on? And they looking at me like, oh, I thought she was gonna be like, one
Like
of them.
stuck up, they
Right.
figure be down to earth or whatever.
Right. I'm like, I don't drink right now, but I'm like, hey, what y'all drinking? Y'all want to buy a drink? And they don't start looking at me like that. They start being like, okay, cool, she one of the homies, let's move on. But hey, like you said, I don't know. But I've never really got it a lot because I never really act like that girl. When I go to the studio and I know that there's gonna be a lot of guys there, I'll put on a sweatsuit. Oh, I'm not gonna put nothing on with my breasts out and some short, so I'll wear that outside, but I'm not gonna wear it here because I feel like you shouldn't feel like you can't wear certain stuff, but when you do, they looking at you.
Exactly.
Like
some people don't know how to separate
the two. Right.
Exactly. So I understand that. So how you feel like it's important to have a relationship with DJs? Very
important. Shout out to DJ Boo King, because he was like the first person from Jersey to really break my record in the club, and I appreciate that because I was a bartender years ago, and I knew probably every DJ in Jersey and asked me who's playing my music in Jersey. Now, I have people all over the world from TikTok, Michigan, Chicago, Texas. I mean, they got my personal number, like we friends. I'm not from none of them places. So
you feel like you ain't getting no support in Jersey currently? Or we talking about now you ain't getting no support? No. Why do you feel that way? Break it down, though. Like, and also, what kind of support do you need? That's very important also.
Well, I feel like the reason why I did the song Brick City is because I wanted to try to get my people behind me.
Okay.
So that it's like, okay, you saying we don't support you, but what have you done to give us a reason to support you? Because there's a lot of artists out there we can support. So by me doing the song Brick City, it's like I'm saying, hey, this is my city, but I'm not bigging the city up. I'm explaining to them how if we got along and we stacked them bricks, we'll be on. I'm explaining to them how I feel about them not supporting me through the song and just hoping that they paying attention. Like, you go to Atlanta, Cali, you got 30, 40 artists on. They help each other. In Jersey, you got 30, 40 artists still trying to get on.
But what?
There's a difference.
But explain why you feel that way, because I hear that a lot. I hear this a lot where Jersey get overlooked. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to be on that bandwagon like everybody else, but then I kind of look at it like, we really don't. We got a lot of great artists if you think about it. Like, we got a lot of huge artists, and it almost feel like we don't. Like, we got Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, Redman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Wyclef. It's a whole bunch. So why do you feel as an artist
way you feel? If you really think about it, who have any of them helped?
All right, let's talk about it.
Like, I mean,
so you feel like they gave not to throw no shade.
No, they're just not passing the torch.
Okay.
And it's inevident because there's no artist that's really coming out of Jersey right now that has. Now I do have a Tretch feature.
Okay, shout out to Tretch.
But it was a feature that came from somebody that was dealing with me. But the Queen Latifahs and the Lauryn Hills, like I love them. But it's like I don't see none of them passing the torch. I don't see no features with any of them with any Jersey artist. So I'm just saying.
No, I feel like saying, well, if I have an opportunity to meet them, I'm gonna ask those type of questions. Right. I hear there's a lot from a lot of indie artists. They be like, yo, Jersey get overlooked. And I'm like, yo, we got a whole bunch of big artists, but you're right.
But we got enough artists for that not to be happening because you have successful artists. It's like, once y'all get in, come back and get somebody.
I feel that way. I feel like there's a lot of gatekeepers, like, because we got some of the top medias that's from Jersey. You know what I mean? Like Joe Button, you know what I mean? Like DJ Academics, they from New Jersey. And it shouldn't be no reason, I don't know why a Jersey artist ain't on a platform every fucking day.
That's right.
like
I didn't even know SZA was from Jersey.
Oh yeah,
that's how bad it is because
shout out to SZA.
You don't even know. And the ones that do make it through, they like, I ain't telling nobody I'm from Jersey because they ain't going, and that's what's going on. And I feel like I'm gonna beat the odds. Like I'm gonna be able to say I'm from Jersey and I made it through without the help. Not that I don't want the help, not that I don't need the help, because I need all that, but I'm not going to stop the fact that y'all not helping me stop me from what I'm doing.
That's what's up. All right, so I heard you earlier talking about like you need a manager or whatever. So you don't have a team? You're not working with a team? You're just doing things solo?
I've been solo for a long time. I have a few people that have reached out to me recently, but as of now, it's just me. I'm doing everything. Photo shoots, videos. I got Brick City video coming out in like 2 days. I can't wait. Just everything. Studio time, writing the records, whatever it is that an artist do, I'm doing by myself. And right now, I feel like I need to put a team together because it's getting overwhelming. But it taught me the business, like old boy was saying. I know the business. I'm not just singing. I know what's going on. So that's the blessing in having to do it by myself. But at some point, you have to go to the next level, and you definitely need a team to do that.
So does that stop your creative your process, like creating and stuff like that?
No, it don't. It's just that I watch other artists and I see where they at, and I know why they where they at because they got that team. They got that machine behind them. So it makes a difference. You know, I could be good, maybe better than them. But if you don't really have that team that's pushing from every angle, you know you're going to have it harder. But I'm on God's timing, so I know he know when I need it, it's going to come. It's going to be there, and it's going to be the right people in the right situation.
Now, I'm happy that you understand that, though, like having a team, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, I interview and talk to a lot of artists, and they feel like they could do it by themselves. I mean, it is possible. Let me get that wrong.
You can, but to go to the next level, you really have to get people in tune. You know, the PRs and, you know, the management and, you know, the publicists and, you know, all these things that you need. You know, the blogs talking about you, you know, all of those different things. But you have to have something to get a team for. At one point, I had records, but I wasn't like, okay, but now I know I got hit records. So I can get a team and be confident with that. A lot of artists want a team, but what do you have for the team to do or push?
Now, I get you. How do you decide who you want to, like, work with, like, far as, like, artists, engineers, you know what I mean? Because I see you shaking with a lot of people that I know, a lot of people that, you know what I mean? Like, so how do you decide that?
Well, a lot of times, honestly, and lately more than ever, people reach out to me in the DMs, like, hey, what's up, you know, I got this podcast, you know, even you know, Hello Effect. I'm like, who is this guy? But you was always showing love and hitting like, so it forced me to see who he was. And when I seen who he was, I'm like, oh, this guy got some motion, you know. He got a little podcast, you know, he retagging my stuff, like, oh, he gonna support. And that's how you know who to deal with because they're into your movement. Like, I know for a fact he's into my movement. Yeah. So now I'm into his movement because of that. So I watch his videos and I retag his videos.
Exactly.
And that's how it should be.
Exactly. I want to say this too. Just make a point what she said. When it comes to me, when it comes to business, anything that I'm passionate about, I'm overly aggressive. You know what I mean? You gonna see who I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not gonna stop to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like I said, it be some artists, they take stuff like that for granted, and I'm happy that you understand that. You know what I mean? Because like you said, they probably miss opportunities because of that, and they try to double back at the end of the day.
Or they look at it like, you know, oh, they sweating me. I'm hot. I'm out there.
Yeah, you should.
No, but
you should always be humble. You know what I mean? And you shouldn't get caught up in followers and numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people going on bigger platforms, but
right.
you go on a big platform, you pay a fee, and that's it. They don't support
a big
your
fee,
shit.
and it's just for that one time.
Yeah, exactly. So you get your little 15 minutes of fame. That's what I try to say. Any artist that's looking out here, get with you these smaller bloggers at the end of the day because they going hard and passionate.
And they gonna push it. They gonna. This is gonna be seen. This is not something like give me $4,000 and then it's like, hey, where's that interview at I did? Exactly. Oh, I got you.
And they not tagging you. They not sharing you. They not reaching out telling you like, yo, you should do this next. You know what I mean? Over here, we gonna give you advice. You know what I mean? Either you gonna take it or you not. But I'm gonna give it to you. And also, you gonna learn some things from off this podcast if you decide to listen. Especially if you an independent artist that's coming up because, like I told her off of camera, I'm trying to give y'all what I never got, and I feel like that y'all need. You know what I mean? Because
a platform.
Exactly, and you got the internet. You know what I mean? So
because I cry a lot, I still cry. Like when things don't go, you know, the way I think they should go, I'm like, you know, and I'm just like, you know, and people like, you really cry, but I'm passionate about it. Like I really take this serious, so I get disappointed, I get let down, and every time I gotta pick it back up. But see, that's the part that people don't see. And artists won't tell them. They want you to see the glitz and the glam. Girl, I be crying all the time. I be crying all the time. Like
that's not wrong to have emotions, though. That's what's up.
But I never quit. I just cry, get my frustration out, and I'm back to the studio, back putting something else out. Because I feel like even though I don't have a deal, you know, if you're looking at my Instagram, you don't know that. Because I look just as good as the people that got the deals.
Let's talk about it.
That's that hustle.
Let's talk about it.
That's the tears behind the scene. Like, hey, I'm gonna look just like you without the money, and I do.
No, that's a fact.
People ask me all the time in my DM, "You signed?" And when I say no, they be like, "Huh?" Yeah, because I'm looking good out here.
Though it's coming. You know what I mean? You focus, you grinding. You know what I mean? You understand the things you need to do. You understand the things that you're missing. So once you put the missing piece together, I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? We on the pop and I got a few more questions before you get up out of here. So, being that it's probably like over 1,000 artists in 2025, let me ask you a question. Why should anybody that don't know who you are support you?
Because I'm the whole package. Like I can write, I can sing, I can rap, I'm marketable. And if you're gonna invest your money in something and you want to get something back, I will be the person to invest in because for sure, you're gonna get your money's worth. I'm not lazy. I'm out here in these streets. Like, look at what I've done without a team. Imagine having a team.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I would be like probably through the roof. And you don't have artists that pay for their own studio time. I pay for my own studio time. I pay for my photos. I pay for everything. I invest in myself. Anything I got to do, I'm moving a phone bill to the side, a PSE&G to the side, or they're going to get that money next week. I got myself on Summer Jam because I worked hard.
Yeah, talk about it.
And people calling me like, how you get on there? Because I thought I was cool with everybody. That's what you thought.
And it's business at the end of the day. Don't ever mix them two. You know what I mean? Personal business
Right.
at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
But they see, like, you know, it's more or less like I take pride in people saying she deserved that more than she just got that opportunity. I deserve that opportunity. I deserve to be on that stage. I worked my behind off this year. That's the difference between me and other artists. They're not working. You know, I guess that's what a team is for. The team work for you, but I don't have that. So for all I've done for myself, yeah, I deserve to get that shot.
No, that's what's up. And you definitely do deserve to get that shot. So what's next for Kirra B? You know what I mean? Let the people know, you know what I mean, projects, you hopping into these films, you got any clothing line, you got a business starting, whatever.
Right.
Let them know.
Well, what's next right now is just me trying to put, you know, my team together, you know, getting the management, you know, just getting the other part to connect the dots pretty much. I'm never going to stop recording. I do have a project out right now that's called Alter Ego. It just dropped. And it has just all hip-hop, no R&B. But I'm coming with the R&B because my R&B fans are complaining like, yeah, we like the mixtape, but we like the Kirra that sing. So, you know, get your little rap out, and then let's get back to the music. So I'm having fun. Basically, this mixtape is just fun. And that's what I wanted to do, just try something different.
That's what's up. So how do you feel about the state of R&B? And I do believe that it does exist, but like I told you before, like I grew up on the R&B where it was like the love part of it. I don't want to hear nobody singing about sneaky links and all that other shit. So
Right.
explain to you why you think that R&B went or where it's hiding at right now.
My reason for switching over and doing this mixtape is because I felt like the R&B is kind of sliding to the side. And in order for me to stay in the loop, you got to do what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
I'm just fortunate enough to be able to do it. Because when I listen back to Brick City, I'm really like, you really wrote and rapped that song like that. You're not a rapper, but you can't tell
you might
the difference.
be a rapper.
You know?
You might just be one.
But it's like, wow, you know, but it got me in the clubs. You know, it got, you know, DJ Bukeem, it got all the people from TikTok, you know, DJ Magic and, you know, DJ Blink. I mean, they playing my record. I'm saying to myself, shit, I've been doing R&B for decades. This is all I had to do to get in the club. This is sing on top of a hip hop beat. Okay, we got something going now. So now I know what to put out.
All right, so what would keep you pushing when it's moments when you feel discouraged, like you ain't getting the response you supposedly, like you said, you invest everything into it. You know what I mean?
My haters.
Oh, word? That's what it is?
Yeah, it's pretty much like people that I know for a fact that's in position that probably could help me that won't.
Damn.
And I feel like I can't let them get that. I can't let myself fail because failure is not an option. But them haters don't be understanding like they that motivation. Like you might, if you didn't have no haters, you probably could just give up. You probably like, okay, but when you got them people you know is rooting for you to fail, it's gonna push you into beast mode every time.
That's what's up. So listen, boys and girls, don't let your haters have you end up in jail.
Okay.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Go hard at what you passionate about and keep pushing.
That's
because, you know what I mean? You'll see the light is coming soon. All right, so this drop your social media handles. You know what I mean? If anybody, you say looking for a team, they want to join your team. You know what I mean? If they want to support you, if they want to feature, they need some lyrics, where could they find you at?
Well, right now you can find me on Instagram. The Instagram page is Kirra B, KIRRA.B. You have to put the dot, because if you don't put the dot, another Kirra is going to come up. I'm on TikTok under the same name. Facebook under the same name, even though I don't really be on Facebook, but I'm under the same name. And yeah, right now I'm just looking for people that believe in my movement and, that want to take this thing where it needs to go.
All right, that's what's up. You know what I mean? I want to take this time to thank, you know what I mean, my lovely guest, Kirra B, for pulling up on the podcast.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Make sure you go out and support, follow, like, share. Most importantly, support. You know what I mean? Dope artist. She from my hometown, Brick City, aka Newark, New Jersey. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all check out this episode. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean?
That's
and
right.
If you're an artist that's looking to be seen and heard,
this is the place that you should be.
Hello?
Okay, hello effect.
Hello.
Because he the real deal. Like, he really, really supports. Like, he really retag my stuff
We out
on
here.
a regular.
We out here, man.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Peace.